Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and I did something over the weekend. So I did this, and just now you can't see anything really, but you can see that this thing is standing really stable, and that is because I built a platform for it. I needed a way to get this thing straight and to be able to work on it, so I made a work platform that we can drive onto, and at the moment can't drive off because the end is not done. But this is even with built-in repair systems. 2 days of work and a lot of flying around, gathering materials, and a lot of going back and forth to space, bringing down iron or steel plates or iron ingots, whatever. I sometimes just let the computer just run and weld this thing up here. But now we can have a stable work platform that we can work on. Today I want to start building the Knight Rider ramp that I want to have for an eventual, a small rover that I can that I can load into the back of the truck and then drive it on and off if I want. What I will need for that is motors. Rotor is the better word for that, because it's called a rotor in the game. And I need some blast door. And that is hopefully enough for now. So let us see. I want to have this thing foldable. So what we have is a 4 or 5 height structure. I don't want to have that thing be longer than the trailer is high. So I want to fold it into the trailer itself and then have it fold out and be a bit longer, so that the climb up is not so steep. And I want to have 2 of these things, because having just one just one ramp that is, in this case, would be 5 blocks wide, that could end badly for us. So maybe we should go with just 2 ramps. I measured this out so that the rotors will sit here where the walls will be, and then we have a 2 wide ramp, and on the other side another 2 wide ramp with a bit of a gap in the middle. So the gap shouldn't be too crazy, and the whole thing is that I hope it works, because this whole thing could end up not working with the big blocks. I hope that I'm able to drive a small rover, a small car, up this ramp with big blocks. So we will start with just the rotor here, and hopefully that works out. Later we will just copy it to the other side. Always good to have some blaster blocks for the connection to this, so that we hopefully don't end up making a mess here if we fold it down. And then I think we can go with normal blocks. Let us for now go with just see how that is moving when you just place the thing. That makes problems. So what I want this thing to do is, hopefully I can see the new rotor. Okay, which rotor is that? This is rotor 3. The information on screen really good in seeing the yeah what we have here. This is rotor 3 ramp, and it's left 1, and now we can set this up to have braking torque. I want it to have the same braking torque as the working torque. Then velocity, first we set the lower limit to -90 and this to 0 so that it can fold in and out, and the velocity, hopefully, yeah, this works into the right direction. So at the moment it will just fold out to the 90-degree position. We will later see how much folding out we really need. This, by the way, needs to be slower because the ramp will fold in, this will go up, and the other ramp will be basically folded in that way. So this thing needs to go up and join with the other part, and so this will have to be a lot slower. This is nothing really fast. It will not go and then it's then it's done. It will take a while to fold out. Just use the ramp word. I need to really, and I saw that again. By the way, I also changed the elevator. I changed more stuff around the whole thing, and I really need to get into the habit of naming things a certain way, because I constantly run into the problem that I need to search for something, and then this search, don't know, proves to be wrong. I said something that I didn't want to set, and I really need to get into the habit of 0 minus 0 point, I don't know, let us just go with 2. Why is it current angle 25 degrees? That shouldn't be right. See, now it set itself. Okay, that's slow, but we can deal with this right now. Okay, that's as good as it should be. I would say I will set that up now so that we can go into the next phase and have the upper connection. I think I'm calling this a Knight Rider ramp, and some people of you might not even know what that is. Other people might. So this is good. We will go and or I will go and set up the rest of this. One solution I need to find is I might have to integrate the other rotor into the ramp, and I'm not sure if that works out well. Can I put something on the rotor? Maybe I need to put some block, maybe a catwalk or something on the rotor, so it feels a bit more protected. I'm not sure. Let me set that up, and we will I could put the rotor, I will put the rotor under the ramp, so the rover is not driving over the rotor when it comes in. That needs to, okay, I will go into that and maybe prepare setting up the rotor. So here we run into a snag that maybe hold the whole process. The problem here is that you can see that I can't yeah, I can't fold it down really, because the whole thing would scrape the rotor on the ground, and that does not work out. The big problem, the next problem that I run into is that if I would integrate the rotor into the ramp up here and then have the rotor be there, the problem is then that I would only be able to fold it a few degrees. I wouldn't fold it. I wouldn't be able to fold it back on itself, and that makes the whole thing problematic. Now the question is, if I I don't have real time for this. If I would just have it this way, then the whole ramp might be too steep for a small vehicle. That is problematic, and so maybe we run into a real problem here that I don't know how to really fix. I could go with a small ramp that would maybe solve all our problems. The only thing that I would have is what is happening up here. Does it work up here? And I'm not sure it would. So let us go for a test. We can maybe lower it to minus 135 and see how steep that will be. This doesn't work. This never works. Let me quickly build something that we maybe can drive up the ramp here. I was not prepared to do that, but maybe something, yeah, something that we could use for that would be nice. At least see if, for example, the 3x3 wheels in small would even work with that. We'll be back in a second. So I made a test rover. I know it's not beautiful, but it's not the point of that thing. So I have a set of 3x3 wheels on here and a set of 5x5 wheels on here, just to see if they in any way differ when it comes to rolling up that ramp. Maybe 5x5 wheels are better, then we could go with them. But I also figured out that we could eventually change out the bottom blocks if we don't go with a folding ramp, so something that folds in on itself, because that would again require, as it seems, to make a small ramp, and a small ramp I fear might lead to more problems. We could just set up, for example, a slope in that fashion. So make it easier to drive up and then just drive into it. We could even make it a bit longer. If a bit sticks up above, then I can live with that, but not if, don't know, crazy amounts of blocks would stick up there. So for example, what I see is I need to make it slimmer in the back, and so this doesn't seem to work. in a good way. It could be that the cockpit in the front maybe hangs up on the blocks there, but okay, that works, but that's too much struggle. The back wheels seem to have a much easier time going up that thing, and we can just test that by getting out of the cockpit and getting into the other cockpit and then turn that thing around. It's the turtle design. Have cockpits on both ends. That works out. So we could go with bigger wheels. But this is not smooth going up a ramp. This is struggling and then going up the ramp. So ooh, and the back wheels hit pretty hard there. Okay, here I thought it would be more problematic. Yeah, I need to make if we go with 5x5 wheels, we'll have to make it a bit slimmer. Okay, the top here is not bad. That works out. But the bottom here, we need to change something about that. So this is not working out as much as I wanted. So what's happening, by the way, with the batteries here? Fully charged in 1 day. Discharged it. That works out. Good. 5x5 wheels. Maybe if we change out the bottom of these ramps, maybe that helps. Let me see. It could make the whole thing steeper for us because of the fact that this thing then makes it a steeper ramp, and that might lead to us making it a bit longer. So if then again this thin thing sticks up above the roof, that could work. Oh, it didn't fold down the whole way. So let us get rid of this so I can place the first blocks here. Does it fold more? No. Oh, it does. So maybe we need to go and tell the ramps to not fold that much. Ramp left, go for maybe 120, and this one will do the same. 120, reverse it, and then you can just bring it out again, reverse and reverse, so it goes into the that's still a lot. I can't even place the blocks. Okay, let me fix that and find a good angle for the ramps, and then I will come back to you. This looks nicer in some way. I think this is a lot more doable than what we had before. The tip of the ramp down here is made out of heavy armor blocks. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but this is all heavy armor. The top is all heavy armor, just because I had the fear that the weight of this thing would deform the light armor. I'm not sure if that would happen, but I made it out of heavy armor. The whole upper structure. Everything down below is light armor, but just so you notice, I have a lot of experience now with this stuff. Heavy armor, so that doesn't get so easily dinged when maybe that thing falls out when the thing is parked somewhere crooked or something like that. And maybe, don't know, if we drive it somewhere, maybe we drive it on a long stretch, and then we just drive back into the trailer. That works too. So let us see if this thing works for us. So yeah, this is a lot smoother. This is a lot smoother than what we had before. So we don't even need to really test the big wheels. So the big wheels should definitely work. Ah, that's nice. That's nice. Driving off works too. And I wanted to complain about the fact that we might have to build it some way that nothing sticks out too far into the front. So that works out a lot better now. Let me see what's happening down there. Okay, the noise is over. Now I can continue. I tested it out the other way too, and I played around a bit with the wheel, how the wheels are set up, just because it took a while until the noise stopped. Someone was felling a tree, and it's in the middle of the day. Here in the house, there's rules set up that say at some points in the day there has to be only noise, low noise, because of because that's the rule. My neighbor gives zero he's zero F's about that, and does his bathroom renovating and felling trees in the middle of the day. I try to record at that point so that I don't run into that problem. But yeah, that's first world problems. Good. Let us continue. So the ramp can just stay that way. I wouldn't know why we should make it more complicated than it now is. The ramp works as it is now. The only thing that I need to do is design a rover that can drive up and down there without too much problems. That means we will have to have a bit of freedom on the bottom. I want to have that thing fairly long, but not drive into two directions. So I think on the back we can go a little bit crazier than here, and on the front we need to stick the wheels out a bit to the front so that the wheels can catch the ramp, drive up, and nothing on the bottom or nothing on the nothing interferes with that, so it doesn't get hung up on the ramp while driving up. Again, if we have freedom below it, that shouldn't be problematic then. So, but the thing shouldn't be so long that the front is already off the ramp when the back hits. I'm not sure if that would work, although again, if we have room underneath the whole thing, then that could work. I don't want to make it too high, because that will bring the center of mass up high on the small rover, and maybe we should have something that is able to drive a lot faster than the big crawler. That will be the theme for the next days, making something that we can use to drive around. Maybe use, instead of the flying vehicles, to gather resources. That would be nice. We will see. Okay, yeah, the ramp, I thought of it as a bit more complicated than it now is. Maybe it's good that it isn't. So that makes this whole ordeal really uncomplicated, I would say. I think that's okay. I think that's really nice that we don't have to go too crazy with this whole thing. Sometimes overthinking the whole design or engineering aspect could be, yeah, more problematic than we really needed. Good people, I think that's all for today. Hope you liked the episode. Hope you liked my my other stuff that I did here. Again, this was needed to just build in peace, basically on a flat surface. How this thing handles when it's in Terra, that's another thing that we will have to see. Good. People, thanks for watching, I would say. And I hope to see you in the next episode. See ya, guys.